Good morning, friends. Welcome back. I am so glad to see you today while we read some stories. We have a special day coming up in a couple weeks. Do you know what it is? Well, it's not Mother's Day, but it is Father's Day. Yes, this year we're going to celebrate Father's Day in June, and I thought this might be a great time for us to think about our dads and all the special things that they do and the ways that they help us and take care of us and love us. You have a very special dad, and so today I'm going to read some books about dads. And I want you to think about the things that your daddy does with you, or the ways he helps you. And I have a little connection. I'm thinking about my daddy, and I'm thinking about the things that I like about him, and I was trying to think of some of his character traits or things that he does that you might see in me. And I realized lately that, you know what, I do a lot of goofy things that I learned from my daddy. Because my daddy likes to be kind of silly. Yes, and so when we're reading stories and we're reading like the morning message together and we're reading text and we come to a period, what do? We always go when we get to the period. Like today is Thursday. And then we put the period in. Well, you know where I got that? From my dad. Yeah, he does silly sounds like that. And then when we come to an excited mark or an exclamation mark, we'll say like, good morning, friends. Woohoo! That sound I made up, but I got the from my dad, and I just thought of the woohoo because it kind of looks like that to me in my brain. My dad also likes to make really goofy faces. He has a lot of expressions on his face. And so some of the funny little faces that I've just always made, yeah, those faces I learned from my daddy because he liked to do goofy things and he liked to make silly faces because it cracked me up. So anyway, I want you to think about your daddy and what you love about him and what he does best. And my daddy gives great hugs. He is a hugger. Yeah, and I'm a hugger too. I just love to be hugged, and I love to hug you because it helps me feel connected to you. Kind of like in this book. This is kind of a fun book. We're going to read it today, and it's by Laurel Numeroff. Remember other stories we read by her? Yeah, she is the author of all the circle stories we read when we were learning cause and effect. We read if you give a mouse a cookie, if you give a moose a muffin, if you give a pig a pancake, if you give a dog a donut, if you give a cat a cupcake. All those are by Laurel Numeroff. Yeah, and she's that author I met in college when she was signing If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. This one is illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. Love her story pictures. Look at her great illustrations. Oh, it's upside down on the back. Before I show you, Lynn is the one who illustrated Tacky the Penguin, yeah, by Helen Lester. She does a lot of funny, beautiful pictures. And this book is 2 books in one. What Mommies Do Best, and flip it over, What Daddies Do Best. So today we're going to read What Daddies Do Best. It's only half of the book because the rest is what mommies do best. So what daddies do best. I want you to think about, while I read the story, what does your dad do best? As we're used to, instead of using people, the characters are all animals, but we know this story is really about people. Look at these two. Riding their bikes. Yep, that's what my dad taught me to ride my bike. Reading books, catching balls, and learning to roller skate. What daddies do best. Daddies can teach you how to ride a bicycle. when I'm reading the story, if it makes you think of a connection with your dad, and you know how this character feels, because you can connect. Just give me a little connection symbol, because you're connecting. Good readers connect to the stories they read. And today we're making connections. And we're going to use those connections to help us make something special for our dad. So here we are. I remember how this felt the day I learned to ride a bicycle. Let's see, it says make a snowman with you, but that's not a whole sentence. So I think on each page, we're saying those first words about what daddies do best. Here we go. I'm gonna go back. Daddies can teach you how to ride a bicycle, make a snowman with you, and bake a delicious cake for your birthday. Oh boy, my daddy loves to make cakes. He always made our birthday cakes. And he even made my wedding cake. He loves to make cakes. He's like the baker. Daddies can help you make a garden grow. Give you a piggyback ride. Or a goatee back ride, I guess this is. And take care of you when you're sick. Look, she's got her teddy goat. Daddies can watch the sunset with you. Sew the loose button on your teddy bear. Yeah, daddies can sew too and mend things. They help fix things. And hold you when you're feeling sad. Yeah, that would be really sad if your training wheel broke and you fell down and bonked your knee or your head. Daddies can take you trick-or-treating. I wonder who this ghost is. Yeah, the ears are a dead giveaway. It's Daddy Rabbit. They can help give the dog a bath. Does your dog like to be blow-dried? Mine doesn't. And play with you in the park. That looks super fun. Daddies can read you a bedtime story. That's one of my favorite things to do with Dad. Tuck you in. And kiss you good night. Alligator kisses look kind of funny with their lips. Look, he's got his little teddy alligator. But best of all, they always save the best for last in the story, but best of all, daddies can give you lots and lots of L-O-V-E. Lots and lots of love. And what do you think it says on this page for the ending of Mommies? Yes, best of all, Mommies can give you lots and lots of love. Yeah, that is something that everyone needs. Love. And when your mom or your dad take care of you, they are loving you because they love you. They are taking care of you, and we take care of people we love. So I also wanted to, now you thought about what you love that your dad does. And I want you to think with me when we read this story. It's very short. I want you to think and make some more connections, and then we're going to make a card for your dad. And we're going to tell him what you love about him. Here we go. There's that word. We know it. B-E-C-A-U-S-E, U-S-E, U-S-E, B-E-C-A-U-S-E, because. I love my daddy because ... It's by Laurel Porter-Gaylord, and the pictures were illustrated by Ashley Wolf. Look how they made us curious on the back. Cuddle up and take a child into the world of animals with this adorable concept book about parents and babies. That's how they're making us curious. So we want to read their book. I love my daddy because... ... Flamingo Daddy. I love my daddy because by Laurel Porter-Gaylord. Pictures by Ashley Wolf. In loving memory of James Mackenzie Porter, LPG. And for Sabine, AW. I bet these are dads that they're thinking about. I love my daddy because he plays with me. Puppets. He keeps me safe and warm, like an emperor penguin and chick. Very important job here. He brings me dinner, just like this horned puffin and chick. Puffins are kind of cool. And we have those in Washington by Seattle. He is big and strong, like a bald eagle and chick. He takes naps with me, lion and lamb. I'm sorry, lion and cub, lion and lamb. I love my daddy because there's a beaver and a kit. Baby beavers are called kits. He can build a house. There's a muskrat and a kit. He makes me laugh. There's a chimpanzee and baby. He helps me reach things. Giraffe and calf. Baby giraffes are called calves. Boy, that daddy could really reach high, couldn't he? He sings me songs. Oh, like a gray wolf and cub. He takes me for a ride. This is a common loon and chick. And we have loons here in our river in the Columbia. How would you like to swim on Daddy's back? Maybe you've done that before. He teaches me to be brave, like a gorilla and baby. He teaches me to be careful, like careful of porcupines if you are a red fox and they're young. I love my daddy because he plays hide and seek with me. Whoa, look at all the animals hiding in this jungle. There's a jaguar and kitten. There are anoles, spider monkeys, toucans, the two-toed sloth, and parrots, all in this page to find. He protects our family like a musk oxen and calf. He watches over me at night like a reindeer and calf. I love my daddy, and my daddy loves me. The end. Today, I would like for you to use those connections you just made about your daddy. Think about what you love about your daddy. I love my daddy because he was. I want you to think of three reasons you love your daddy and what he does for you. And write those in a card to your dad. So your words might say, Dear Daddy, or Dear Dad, or whatever you call your dad. Dear Daddy, I love you because you, 1, do something, 2, do something, or 3, are something. And then, of course, draw a picture to match your words, and then at the end sign it love, and then your name. So Daddy knows, your dad knows who gave it to him, but also that name shows who the card was made by. You're the illustrator, you're the author, you wrote the words. And those cards, can you buy those at a store? No way. No No, those are cards you made, and they're one of a kind, just like you. So when you make that card for Dad, he feels so loved because only you could have made that card for him and put those words in it that share what are the thoughts that are in your brain and the feelings that are in your heart. So make Daddy a card. Make your dad a card today and save it for Father's Day. And then remember to put it in that special place where he'll find it at a certain time, or you can give it to him in a certain special way, or at a special time that morning when you want to surprise him. Okay? And remember, daddies aren't supposed to do a lot of work on Father's Day. That's the day when everyone else does the work. And Daddy gets to rest and feel very special. Okay? So, we'll get all ready for Father's Day. That is a very, very special day. Now, before we go, I want to read you one more page from this book. Each orange had 8 slices. A counting book by Paul Giganti Jr. and Donald Cruz. And we're going to go to almost the end of the story today, to this page. And it's about reading books. I chose this math story challenge today because one of the favorite things that I remember when I was growing up was my dad reading to me. My mom and dad read to me, and usually we didn't all read, all of us together. Daddy read to me or my mom read to me, and we read books. And we read them over and over, some of them, because they were my favorites. And so today we're going to read this little math story, and you can get your paper to draw the pictures to help you figure out the answers of how many, because this is a counting book. And you can try doing it in your head using your strategies, or both, okay? So let's go. Remember, when I'm reading the story, you can just stop the video, draw your pictures, and start the video back, and then check your thinking, okay? Here we go. Before my bedtime, I read 2 books, okay? So that's important. We need to know there are 2 books. Each book had 10 big pages. So there are 10 pages in each book. Can you make some, record your thinking right there. Draw your picture. How are you going to show that in a picture? Now remember, when we don't have to draw all the books, do we? We can just use shapes for those books, or we can use tally marks. We can use circles. We just want to show our thinking in a quick way, but we can use something else to represent pages. Okay? Alrighty. Each page had 1 picture on it. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to ask you to solve these problems. How many books were there? Do you remember? Yes. 2 books. How many big pages were there? Remember, there were 10 pages in each book. You're right. 10 plus 10. 20. How many pretty pictures were there in all? Each page had 1 pretty picture. It's the same, isn't it? 1 to 1, 1 to 1. So we know if there are 20 books, there are 20 pictures. Alrighty, great thinking today. Since we've been reading this book, I want to give some of you a super challenge at the end. The next page is the last page of this math story book, accounting book. And this is for those of you who love math, which we have quite a few of you, and you love super challenges. So here's your challenge. I'm just going to read you the problem, and then you can illustrate this, write your thinking, and see if you can figure out the answer. Ready? Okay. On the last page of the last book, I found this poem. As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. So you can write your thinking. Every wife had 7 sacks, kind of like Santa. Every sack had 7 cats. Every cat had 7 kittens. Kittens, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? That is a super challenge. Have fun figuring it out. I'm so proud of all your math thinking, your writing, your thinking in your brain about the stories we read, and I'm proud of your loving hearts and the way that you're going to make your dad feel so special today, right? And remember, if you don't have your daddy at your home, you can make someone else feel just as special. You might have a grandpa, or you might have a mommy, or you might have someone else in your life who is so, so special. And so you'll just change those words to be who you're talking to in your letter. I love my grandpa because, or I love my mom because, or I love my uncle because, and give them that card. Make them feel special. It might be your aunt. I love my auntie because. Okay? Alrighty. You guys have a great day. And remember, I just love you so much. And I'm so, so proud of your thinking this year. It's our last day to Zoom in kindergarten. And it's our last day to share together. So have a beautiful summer. And I love you and I miss you. Bye, friends.